So we're going to demonstrate a soft tissue release technique for gastrocnemius. And because it's a muscle that crosses two joints, we can stretch both the proximal and also the distal end using soft tissue release techniques. So as with all of these techniques, you find your area of tension, and then with it being the distal end, what we can do is shorten the tissue, so then move into a plantar flex position. I'm going to put my lock in just proximal to where the site of tension is. So I could use the heel of my hand, I could use my thumb. As long as that lock's good enough, then we can really compress the tissue and prevent any movement proximal to whereabouts the lock is. And then from that position, I could either choose to do a passive technique, an active assisted technique, and in this case I'm going to go for a passive technique. So shorten position, I've got a lock in, and I'm going to slowly move into dorsiflexion until I can feel the slack being taken at the tissues, and then when I feel that stretch is on, I'm going to hold it there for 15 seconds. And I'll repeat that process 3 times to really induce a good lengthening effect upon the soft tissue. Now, to stretch the proximal end, it's a bit more difficult, but it's still doable. Then, because gastrocnemius crosses the knee joint, then to stretch the proximal end, I'm going to move into knee flexion, and I locate the site of tension. We're going to imagine it's just where my finger is here, in which case I'm going to shorten it with knee flexion, put my lock in using the heel of my hand or my knuckles, and then slowly move into knee extension until again we feel a stretch occurring. Once that stretch has kicked in, we're then going to hold that position again for between 10 and 15 seconds, and we'd repeat that 3 times again to really induce a good lengthy effect onto the tissues.